Okay, so conscious manifestation in the quantum field, it's an exciting topic, a little different from what I've been talking about so far. Um, there's an old Mayan saying, which is, are you the dreamer or the dream? And that really summarizes what the quantum field is about and the power of manifestation that we believe we have. So, the quantum field is this field of infinite possibilities. And imagine the ground zero in a way. It's ground zero. And for each person, the quantum field has been designed differently. So when we've created as souls, and when we agree to coming and having this human experience, with each person, there unfolds a unique quantum field of possibilities. And in each moment that person will be living the human life, the human experience here, they will be given those unique set of possibilities that will unfold depending on the decision that they make. And so it brings us to this beautiful subject of fate and free will. So fate is the customized quantum field that has been gifted to each individual as they decide to have the human experience. It has a custom set of possibilities that are completely unique to us, and that's the fate part of it. What we do with those million bazillion possibilities is free will. And those, imagine in terms of quantification, say we were given a chance to live 50 moments. I'm just saying, like in our human life, maybe there were 50 million moments that we've been given a chance to live. And for each of those moments, there are 50 million possibilities. So there is no restriction in the custom quantum field possibilities that are given to you in each moment. So if we're living 50 million moments, in each moment there are 50 million possibilities. And so it's infinite. That's the set of possibilities we're born with. The decision that we make in in each moment is the conscious manifestation aspect of it, because we will only take a decision based on the place that we are in our life. Are we feeling fulfilled? Are we feeling lack? Are we feeling empowered? Are we feeling fear? Are we feeling like we're worth it, or are you feeling like you're not good enough? So these different states that we're in as humans is what determines the choices that we make in that particular moment. And so conscious manifestation then asks us to do is to unlearn the lower vibrations, the lower frequency emotions, and feelings of feeling worthless, of feeling fear, of feeling you're not good enough, of feeling limited in any way. So the first part of conscious manifestation is getting rid or dissolving or acknowledging those limiting beliefs. And once we have dissolved those limiting beliefs, and then the choice that we're going to be making in each moment is going to be an empowered choice. And so that means if there were 50 million possibilities attached to that one moment, maybe 25 million of them would have been linked to our lower vibration choices, and other 25 millions are linked to our higher vibration choices. We can be either, depending on the state that we're in. And all of those 50 million opportunities or 50 million possibilities are equally plausible for you. They're equally real for you. All of them are almost like they're dormant energy cells which are waiting to be sparked by you. And so which of those dormant energy cells are we going to spark is the state that we're in. And so the conscious manifestation part of it very much has to do with how do we get ourselves to feel like we're in an empowered state to be able to unfold everything that we want to have, everything that we dream of, everything we believe that we're worthy of receiving. And so when you look at the starting principles of manifestation, they always ask you to say, okay, what do you believe in? What feels believable to you? So for example, if you are manifesting a lot of wealth and you come from for example, you are a salaried human being and you're earning, say, 80,000 rupees a month, right? And for a salaried individual of 80,000 rupees a month, depending on the state that you're in, maybe 1 million rupees a month is too much. it doesn't feel real, it doesn't feel believable, it doesn't feel. So even if you tell yourself that you'd like to manifest 1 million rupees a month, sure, that's something that you'd like to do, but there's steps you're going to have to take to get yourself to a state where that 1 million rupees a month feels possible to you. So the manifestation principles, what they tell you to do is start with manifesting, say, 250,000 rupees a month. Is that something that does that feel real to you? Does that feel believable to you? Because now you're at 80,000 and you want to achieve 250. It feels real. It feels achievable. So the first step is manifesting that 250,000 rupees per month, for example. And then you kind of bridge your gap from 250 to 500 and 500 to 1 million. But if you are a different kind of an individual who is a salaried individual at 80,000 a month and you still feel that you can make 1 million, it's also possible for you, because if you can believe it, you can have it. And that's the principle. The reason why I'm fascinated with the quantum field, it's so real, is it's nothing that we can imagine with our mind. It is a scientific phenomenon as well. It's the universe of subatomic particles. And these subatomic particles, if you can break it down, imagine it's like imagine a black canvas and a million vibrating light specks on that black canvas. And those vibrating black specks right now are particles. They're all disconnected from each other and they exist wholly, completely on their own, in their own. And those specks are right now possibilities. But the moment you choose to focus, and that's so beautiful about quantum physics, the moment you choose to focus on one particle, so imagine that you are now observing, say this universe has always existed, of this black canvas with like 50 million light specks as particles, and you have just discovered this magical universe inside you. However, you've just visualized it and you choose to focus on one particle. Now, the moment you focus by your mind, by your thought on one particle, it begins to change its state into a wave. And that wave is now the unfolding of that possibility. That's how extraordinary it is. And that's, how it is in quantum physics as well. So a particle, when observed, changes its state into a wave, and that wave begins to now translate and begins to vibrate at a higher frequency. And as it does so more and more and more and more, it's going to get more crystallized and appear into your physical world, because our physical world in any case is a combination of different vibrations. Some are vibrating at a very high level, which is us. Our thoughts are vibrating, and some are vibrating at a very low level, which is, for example, this table or this mic, but they're all condensed forms of energy anyway. All of them are vibrating, some higher, some lower. So with your observation, and so the only power that is needed to activate a light speck from a particle into a wave is you. And the beautiful thing about law of manifestation is that it's non-judgmental. So your power of focus is the only thing it honors. So if you're focusing on higher vibration, it shall be honored and it will unfold. If you are focusing on the lower vibration, it shall be honored and it will unfold. The universe, that field, has nothing for you. It has nothing against you. It is just responding to your power of observation. And so the entire onus of conscious manifestation then lies on us as the observer of our quantum fields. So if we can, and it's a practice, and it also asks us to first believe in a few things. The first belief is the fact that each one of us has our own quantum field with unique set of possibilities, one. Second, if we have a desire that comes to us and it feels completely unachievable and completely unbelievable, not just to ourselves, but even when we speak about this, in those odd moments with people that we love, they're always like, are you crazy? That's not going to happen. Not in this life. It doesn't feel possible. So it feels really extraordinary, that desire, but that desire has come to us. And it's true to us. How has that happened? What is that? That means that there is a soul urge. There is a higher probability of that particle turning into wave in your quantum field that you have pre-designed as such before you came into having this human experience, and the desire is calling to you. Because, and here's another twist in the story, because the quantum field has been created for you, the human, by you, the soul. So it's not something that a third person gifted to you. Your soul self created that quantum field for your human self, because the soul self knew exactly what you needed, because it was you, really. You knew what you needed, and therefore you designed an entire set of possibilities like a gameplay. You designed that for you to come into this world. And some of what you needed was very, very strong and was decided by your soul self at that time. And so those particles are very, very strong in your quantum field. And they're going to be calling to you at a much more louder way, in a much more louder way than the other ones. And so that desire that you have is a desire that is possible for you, because that desire is only originating from your quantum field. And because it's your quantum field, that means it is a possibility. And now comes our role. So if there is a desire that has emerged, what do we do about it? The first thing that we do about that desire is examine what that desire represents. So if it is a desire, for example, for having a lot of, which emotion that desire represents. If that desire, for example, is having a lot of money, because that's what a lot of people want. You want to have a lot of money. There's so many things attached to money, so many feelings attached to money that we will not be able to do justice to if we only focus on money. So for example, there's a feeling of freedom that comes when you have a lot of money, right? You can do anything, you can go anywhere, you can treat anybody, you can buy what you want, and you can just be the vagabond that you've always wanted to be. So the sense of freedom. The second thing that it comes is a sense of worthiness. You feel like you deserve. So sense of worthiness is equal to a lot of money. A sense of self-care, because you like to spend on each other, but also a sense of giving because you like to spend on people that you love. So there's so many emotions which are linked to you wanting to have money. And if we can, so money is the physical desire that has emerged, but what it's activating is the emotions that you'd actually like to feel right now. That's the trick. So you want to have a lot of money. Can you feel the feeling of freedom? Can you feel the feeling of being worthy? Can you feel loving yourself? Can you feel loving others and expressing it to them? These 4 feelings, for example, if they're attached to money, if you can practice those feelings now in your everyday life, now. So say you have, 100 rupees in your bank account. And that's the physical reality of it. And what you're manifesting is a whole lot more, obviously. So how do you begin to feel the feeling of freedom? Here's the thing. The feeling of freedom that you want to feel is not actually only linked to money. It's a feeling of freedom. Can you, for example, if you have 100 rupees in your bank account and you want to feel the feeling of freedom, can you, at 11 o'clock at night, if you're a guy in this culture, 11 o'clock at night, can you call up a friend? It's like, yeah, let's go out for a samosa, or let's go out for something small, something interesting, but something that's out of your routine. Can you turn up the volume on your speaker while you're out? While you're in your house, or put on a really cool song and lose yourself in that song, feeling the feeling of freedom. There are different ways of being able to feel the feeling of freedom without it being attached to money, because the idea is not getting money at this point. The idea is feeling the freedom. And that's not even connected to money or anything else. One. Second, you want to feel a sense of worthiness, and that's the big one. There's no easy way around it. I'm still learning it. Every time I show up for my podcast, it's am I going to be good enough? Am I going to be able to hold my ground? Am I going to be able to articulate everything I want to say? Will I stumble? 10,000 things that potentially can stop me. And because I know they can potentially stop me, I make sure that I show up anyway. So every time, how do you build your sense of self-worthiness? Again, by doing things which don't sound big, but they're equal to feeling worthy. The only way I have discovered, the only real way, is plugging back into the things that we love doing, gifts which have been given to us, and doing it for the sheer pleasure of it. So, for example, my gift has been words. So, every time that I create a beautiful piece of poetry, when I write, sit down and I write poetry, I feel really good about myself because I feel like I'm uniquely doing something that only I can do, and makes me feel good, which is not equal to validation or likes or a paycheck. It is just something that truly gives me pleasure. So, the only way I've discovered to feel real self worthiness is to do right by the gift you've been given, whether that's of singing, of painting, of writing, of being really good at maths, of being a whiz at the computer. Create. Whether it's gardening, whatever it is, whatever, stitching, create. Speaking, singing, create. Create. And create not with an audience in mind. Create for the pleasure of creating it. And everybody has said it, but I swear to God, the only way you can experience self-worthiness, if you love hiking, you're going trekking, go. That is because then you are building on your sense of self-worthiness, and you don't think it is attached to you getting money. But money is just a trigger that wants you to feel 4 emotions so that money and many such things can come to you. And so your job is to feel those 4 emotions: freedom, self-worthiness, self-love, and the giving of love. So these 4 things is what you want to feel. And self-worthiness is something that cannot be acquired. It has to be practiced from within. And so do what you love doing. Take out time for it. Once a day, once a week, whatever feels right for you, whatever feels good for you, as long as it doesn't feel like a task. If you love walking, even that. So it doesn't have to be a big, but create. A walk can be an act of creation. When you are humming a favorite song, or you're just listening to the birds, or just being still in your, however you want to walk, make that into an act of creation. And little by little, we are adding to our feeling of self-worthiness, because I have taken out those 5 minutes of a beautiful, or 10 minutes of a beautiful walk on my own, and I have discovered that I need nobody. I need no thing except for my body and my inclination to go out. I am feeling good. And little by little, we begin to detach our sense of worthiness from external elements and start attaching them to the internal element, the internal expression of who we are. That's on self-worthiness. And then how do you practice? And again, right now, remember, we're still manifesting money. It doesn't sound like it, doesn't feel like it, but it's true. The third part of it is self-love. How do you practice it? And again, it doesn't have to be big, expensive spa trips and like giving yourself the luxury of no. But say you really love scented soaps. Say you love that. And say there is a soap, and I'm talking about a really tight budget right now. Say there is a soap that is equal to, I don't know, 250 rupees, which sound that sounds extravagant for your monthly budget. Buy that soap. Buy that soap from only for that. I'm not asking you to change any big concepts on self-love, no. Just say and practice saying it. All of this is a practice. Practice saying it. I love the smell of this beautiful soap. I would like to get it for myself. And only from that soap, take that soap away from your monthly budget. Take that soap away. Only that one soap, take it away. But really then start to take true pleasure in applying that soap, and not attaching it to the fact that, oh, I should not have it, I should not have gotten it. No guilt, no shame attached to it, no. For that soap alone from your entire grocery budget for 1 month, you are going to take it out, and you're going to only look at it as a beautiful thing that you're treating yourself to and you love. And with practice, you're not going to feel guilty about it. Whether it's a soap, whether it's about treating yourself to what other people call a really expensive cup of coffee, do it. And don't call it, it's like, oh my God, I love the taste of this caramel hazelnut latte. I am going to get it for myself today, and I'm not going to think about how much it's got. No, just focus on the sheer pleasure of getting that caramel hazelnut latte for yourself, a lemon tart for yourself. So there's food, there's fragrance, there's a beautiful small accessory that you like. So treat yourself to small things, and then small moments, small experiences. Take that ticket and go watch a play by yourself. Treat yourself. Take that a small amount and go to a spa for like a half an hour, 1 hour self-care routine. Buy something that truly brings pleasure to you, and disassociate money element from only that thing. So again, I'm talking about people running a really tight budgets. We're used to budgeting things, right? So only for that particular thing which is equal to self-care, allow yourself to treat yourself to that, irrespective, and don't even attach a value. It's like, oh my god, I love this so much, and I love the fact that I can get for myself. That's it. So that's on self-love. And then the expression of love doesn't have to be with things at all. Give out free smiles, give out hugs, give out people. Like when you go back home from your work or from your college, hug somebody that you love, and do it on a daily basis. Do it more often. Kiss somebody goodnight, your parents, your brothers, however. So those small acts of giving, when you attach them voluntarily to your everyday life, they begin to activate these dormant emotions dormant emotions that we didn't even believe that we needed. So whether it's that sense of freedom, sense of worthiness, of self-love, or giving love. And in the beginning, and I have said this before also, fake it till you make it. It's not an easy thing, because here what we're doing is we're pre-programming our mind to be okay with doing things before you see the evidence of them. Because the trick to manifestation is, and it's a simple formula. What you are imagining here, what you are creating here, the feelings that you're embodying here, the life, the emotions that you're embodying here, imagine that as you're doing that, there is a lag between what's inside and what's going to show up outside. Imagine that. It's like 3D is a little, it's a dated technology. It's not up to date, really. Here is like the super now software upgrade that's happening on like an hourly basis. So 3D, poor 3D, which is the outer world, is not being able to catch up with such high upgrades, right? There will be a tech lag between what you're creating and experiencing here and here, of it showing up in your reality. It showing up in your reality is inevitable. It is inevitable. It's not, it's foregone as a thing. But most of us, because we are instant gratification individuals, like, okay, I imagine it's not sure. I imagine, no. The inner world, or building of the inner world, the practice of the inner emotions, which make us ready for receiving our desires. And I love that about manifestation. You're not creating something. You're creating an environment for receiving something. It's a completely different mindset. Because creating something tells you that you have to work hard, you have to go out there and do something, you have to ask people. Like, it's a outward pouncing feel, right? Creating is an outward pouncing feel. Creating an environment inside you ready to receive is an empowered feeling, because there's no external element that you're dependent upon, and the only thing that you're doing is making sure and practicing the feelings that you want to feel when you would have a lot of money, when you would have a lot of money. There are no mantras you have to even repeat, none. These positive affirmations, and I've used all of them, they have their place, but they're so short-lived. And what they're also doing is, again, you're attaching a tool. You're saying that I'll use this and then this will happen. But listen to me, we don't have to use a tool for something to happen, because there's so much pressure when it's like, oh my God, if I don't recite my mantras for like 21 days at a stretch, oh my God, something like I'm not going to get what I've desired. And so there's this pressure that we're putting even in creating. So forget the mantras. I'm just saying, stay like inwards, practice the practice of emotion, of feeling beautiful emotions, of the 4 emotions that we've talked about if you're manifesting money. And as we practice those emotions long enough, because we are rewiring the brain, but we're doing it in a real way. We're not faking it. We're not taking shortcuts through affirmations anymore. No, we are actually doing things in our real life to feel those emotions. And as we do it more and more, the particles in your quantum field, which were attached to, which were there to bring you your desire, begin to start pulsating, vibrating higher, higher, higher. It's start with higher, higher. More waves are forming, more intensity, more intensity, more waves, more waves, more waves become more solid, more energy, more particles are joining the force. More, everything is joining, and ta-da! Say 5 months, 6 months, 4 weeks, depending on where we are in our inner world space. You will receive that offer that you've been wanting. It'll be super unexpected, but also not because you've been practicing. Once you get that offer of, say, a 250,000 rupees per month job, or you get the inclination to set up your own business and that takes off, or you put a post, whatever, however that money comes to you, it will only come when you have been feeling the feeling of freedom and of being worthy and of feeling love and of giving love for a practiced number of moments. It'll only come to you then. And when it does, and that's not where the journey ends, when it does, now there will be another desire that's going to be sparked. And that other desire is now connected to other emotions. So, for example, now you want to get into the pursuit of a relationship. Similar principle applies, a fulfilling one, right? Absolutely similar principle applies. Are you feeling whole enough right now? There is no other half of yours that exists outside the world. Are you feeling complete? Are you feeling supported? Are you feeling loved? Are you feeling fulfilled right now? And so what we're doing through these emotions, again, is creating an environment for us to be able to receive the perfect relationship that we want. And once we start getting the hang of this very easy principle, really, feel the feeling and the thing must arrive. And the fact that that desire has emerged at all is the fact that the desire is real, is probable for us, because that desire is in our field of probability, which is the quantum field. And let nobody tell you otherwise. That's it. That's what conscious manifestation in the quantum field is about. And quantum field sounds big and sounds intimidating, but it is really our soul self living in a multi-dimensional, experiencing in a multi-dimensional way. Our human body is just one aspect of that multi-dimensional experience. And so if our soul can traverse across, past, present, future, if it can traverse across different dimensions, if it can experience multiple lifetimes all in the same moment, how is it possible for you not to get the desire that you want in this world? This is just one aspect of an entire multi-dimensional space. Of course it's possible. We get deterred, and that's the other thing happens, and that happens as we begin to practice those feeling of emotions, and say 6 months have passed by and you've not received that offer. In fact, you know what else is happening? Not only have you not received that offer that's going to make you like that really wealthy human being, your current job has been taken away from you, and you're like, how? I thought I was manifesting this. What am I doing wrong? The whole beauty of it is whatever is crumbling as you start practicing feeling those emotions, things must crumble around you for new to emerge. Old energy must die away for the new to take its place. We must clear the space for the new to enter our space. It's not like it's a limited space, but we don't need that old energy. We want to release that old energy of the lack feelings now. And so when things begin to happen in our outside world, which don't feel, not only do they not feel like they're equal to our desire, it feels like, in fact, the entire universe is now conspiring against us and taking away things that we were working out. But I'll tell you something, those things were not working out for you. Because as you lose that job, you begin even more focused and you become even more free to feel those feelings, sit with those feelings, and you begin to get new inspirations. You begin, for example, to realize you didn't even want a job. you begin to realize that, a friend comes to you and it's like, yeah, I don't know what to do with my life. I have a few, some savings left over. Do you want to come and start a business together? And you're like, I don't have any money. It's like, it's okay. You bring in your skill set, I'll bring the money, and let's start something. It's like, it's not going to pay my monthly bills. Okay, yeah, you don't have a job right now. Let's just do this. Just try it. What do we have to lose? When we are at that point, when we know that we have nothing to lose, that's where the real magic begins. So you begin to work with that friend, and that business freaking takes off. Or as you're working with the friend, the pressure is off, and you're feeling good about creating or doing something new. You do in fact get another call, and not just from Pakistan this time, from like completely another country altogether, and you're like, what? So that's it. That's how the entire formula works. It's feel the feeling, take the pressure off, understand that you're going to receive it. As things crumble around you, while you're manifesting, while you're feeling the feelings, try not to panic. If the panic part comes up, acknowledge it and say, okay, I understand things must break down for the new ones to emerge. I'm a phoenix. Have that I'm a phoenix moment. Have a breakdown moment, and then I have the I'm the phoenix moment. Then go ahead and do the other opportunities which are coming up, which are not equal to 250,000 rupees a month, but perhaps are equal to 10,000, but they're new, they're exciting, there's something different. You take the pressure off from 250,000 rupees a month, and 500,000 rupees a month will come your way. That's it. Like, I don't even know what else to say after this. So I posted about this as well. This is like, I said, this is going to be a bootcamp version. It's not complicated. We are born manifestors. That's why I said, instead of a manifestation workshop, it's a conscious manifestation workshop. The life that we're living right now is our manifestation, no matter how ugly, no matter how beautiful. It is our manifestation. We just have not been doing it consciously. We've been doing it through a programming of things that we've learned, what our parents have done, what we've seen our friends doing, our siblings doing. We keep rechurning or rehashing, and we keep absorbing all of those low vibration energies and say, okay, this is all that I can do, this is what I should do, that's what my family's done for my whole life, this is how much I'm worth. My father was making, say, 50,000 rupees a month. I'm going to be making 250,000 rupees a month, and that's okay. No, you can do whatever you want to do. And what conscious manifestation allows you to do is, yes, for now, let's aim for 250, but what stops you from making 1 million? What stops you from making 2? Only your own limitations. And all of this is possible if we work on those limiting beliefs that I'm still working on for myself. Work on those, but at least I know that there's nothing out there that's stopping me from receiving what I want to receive. And all I'm working on is acknowledging and being aware of the limiting beliefs that I've gathered over my lifetime and many lifetimes, my generational limiting beliefs. And I'm just trying to clear those, accept those and clear those, accept those and clear those, so that all my desires, so that my space is potent enough to receive all the desires that I want. It's simple. And so I'm standing in my power. And as a conscious manifestor, we stand in our power, because at no point are we ever attaching any outcome to an outside event. We know that the only thing standing in our way is us. And if we are standing in our way, that we can handle. We know what to do. As long as we are aware of what those limiting beliefs are, we can handle this. We can be aware of them. We can help crumble them. And because it's our desire, new gardens must grow from that space that we've just emptied. And so it's a beautiful journey. And if you'd like to practice more of that, if you'd like to practice more of being a conscious manifestor in the quantum field, I've just started my one-to-one theta healing sessions. And all of those are designed around this. What do you want? What is it that you feel that you want to do? Or you have no idea what you want to do, but you feel something is missing. Or you feel like you have this really strong burning desire and you don't know how to get it because it feels so unreal for you. All of those is we work on together on that online session, and we help you bring that to life. It's not a therapy session where we talk about things and then real life steps in later. No, we make sure that you manifest whatever you desire, because we are very, very powerful manifestors, the only ones in the entire universe. This is our universe. We have our quantum field. We have the power of observation, and the only ones who can bring it to life. So happy journeying, happy quantum leaping, if you resonate with this concept at all. And if not, then DM. And thank you and love. Much, much, much love.